an education tradition celebrating and nurturing human freedom, deriving from the Latin word liber, meaning free, from the Old English word luder, meaning to grow, and from the Sanskrit word rodhati, meaning one climbs or one grows.
Liberal learning.
Nourishing the growth of human talent in the service of human freedom.
A free mind. Liberal learning.
Producing citizens liberated by their education.
Liberal learning.
Exploring and fulfilling the promise of our own highest talents. Reflection into the heart of things.
Observing, transforming, arriving and starting over. Lux mentis scientia. Knowledge,
The unexamined life.
Is not.
Life unexamined.
Is not.
Unexamined life.
Is not.
Is not work.
Life is.
Not work.
Living.
Without
Asking.
Who am I?
Asking.
What do I stand for?
Asking.
Why do I believe what I believe?
Asking.
How do I change my mind with integrity?
Asking.
Where is truth?
Asking.
Whose truth?
asking.
What if
We
shall not cease from exploration? What if shall not cease from exploration? What if?
Perry defeats the British in the Battle of Lake Erie.
Napoleon defeats the Austrians, the Battle of Dresden.
First cotton cloth mill founded in Waltham, Massachusetts.
Pride and Prejudice is published.
Beethoven's 7th Symphony premieres.
Dear sir, this petition embraces the request for the charter of a college or university,
A literary institution for the purposes of educating youth, to be known by the name of the main literary and theological institution.
petition adopted. This date, February 27th, 1813. Jeremiah Chaplin, his family, and his new students set sail from Danvers, Massachusetts in a coastal sloop called Hero.
A
Divinely given opportunity.
The campus grows along the banks of the Kennebec River.
Asking.
What if?
Freshman year, algebra, geometry, Ovid, French language.
Asking, what if?
Sophomore year, trigonometry, rhetoric, German language.
Asking, what if?
Junior year, chemistry, calculus, Greek, tragedy, Terence, elements of criticism.
Asking, what if?
Senior year, moral philosophy, Hebrew, optics, political economy, rhetoric, logic.
Two distinct dot primes. One is a quadratic residue modulo the other, but the other is not a quadratic residue modulo the highest good must be good in itself and good without qualification. Something is good in itself when it's intrinsically good and good without qualification. When the addition of that thing never makes the situation ethically worse.
asking, what do I stand for?
Elijah Parrish Lovejoy.
Class of 1826, abolitionist, martyr to the cause of a free press.
You may hang me, you may burn me at the stake, but you cannot silence me!
To the Honorable Board of Trustees of Waterville College. Gentlemen, the friends in this institution of immediate abolition of slavery respectfully solicit your approval to form ourselves into an anti-slavery society. We are respectfully Bradford,
Pierce,
Matthews,
Allery.
Stockbridge,
Barrows,
Wiley,
Field,
Everett.
Smart,
Clark,
Brown,
Emerson,
Wilcox,
Curtis.
Wedgwood.
Rowe.
The campus continues to grow. South College, North College, Chemical Hall, Recitation Hall, an imposing row of buildings, soon to be labeled the Bricks.
Fellow students, Fort Sumter has fallen. President Lincoln has this day called for 75,000 volunteers to save the nation. I am going to be one of them. Who else?
40 students, over a third of the student body, enlisted in the Union Army.
We went to war with resolute but sad hearts, solely because an inner voice whispered, "You must."
27 students died for the cause.
more than 100 Waterville citizens perished along with them.
The financial impact of the Civil War on Waterville College was severe. Despite President Champlin's efforts, towards the end of the war, the college was on the brink of closure. In August 1864, the same year that Johannes Brahms wrote his Haydn Variations, Gardner Colby, a textile merchant who had lived in Waterville as a young man, was the guest speaker at the Waterville College commencement dinner.
Gentlemen, I will give you an endowment of $50,000 if the college will raise another $100,000.
In 1867, Waterville College was renamed Colby University. Over the next 2 decades, Colby grew steadily, expanding the curriculum and diversifying the student population. In 1871, the Board of Trustees resolved
That the advantages of the course of studies pursued at this university be open to young women on the same terms of admission as to young men.
Mary Caffrey Lowe was the first female student admitted.
The mistake of 71. The mistake of 71.
Despite the less than hospitable reception from her male colleagues, she was the class valedictorian.
Mary Lowe was followed quickly by Louise Coburn, author, historian, philanthropist.
Adam Simpson Green was the first African American to matriculate at Colby,
Followed by Marion Osborne.
daughter of Sam Osborne, a former slave who worked as the college's janitor for over 40 years. Over the decades of the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Waterville thrived. As Waterville grew, so did the campus, along with the faculty, the administration, and the student body. By 1906, women students outnumbered men. Despite the fact that in 1890 the administration had ended the coeducational system.
Amidst much protest.
We heartily disapprove of the new measure at Colby by which the young women are placed in a department by themselves.
Julia Ella Winslow,
Hattie Mae Parmenter,
Bertha Louise Sewell,
Louise Helen Coburn,
Corny Maynard Spear,
Kate Englesby Norcross,
Minnie Hartford Mann,
Elizabeth Matthews,
Mary Lillian Toby.
As the decades went by, Colby offered a wider and wider range of academic disciplines. Colby students studied and practiced the arts, played varsity and intramural sports,
Hiya, 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 hicks, we're the class of 96!
lived, ate, and worshipped together.
The Romanovs celebrate 300 years of Russian rule.
Woodrow Wilson is sworn in as the 28th President of the United States.
Gandhi begins his great march in South Africa.
Henry Ford launches the continuously moving assembly line.
The Panama Canal opens.
Charlie Chaplin begins his movie career.
Marcel Duchamp creates Bicycle Wheel, his first ready-made artwork.
Churchill prepares contingency plans to aid France in the war against Germany.
In 1913, Colby turns 100 and then begins to prepare for the coming Great War. By spring of 1918, half of the male student body was already serving.
We pledge our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor to the freedom of humanity.
All other fit male college students were put into military service and under military instruction.
It's time for every boy to be a soldier, to put his strength and courage to the test. It's time to put a musket on his shoulders and wrap the stars and stripes around his breast.
I didn't raise my boy to be a soldier. I raised him to be my pride and joy.
Who dares to place a musket on his shoulders to shoot some other mother's darling boy?
It's time to shout those noble words of Lincoln and stand up for the land that gave you birth. That the nation of the people, by the people, for the people shall not perish from the earth.
When Franklin Johnson became president of Colby in 1929, he inherited a campus that was cramped by railroad tracks, the river, and one of the largest pulp mills in the state.
The west winds bring clouds of smoke and soot from the trains.
The east winds bring sulfurous fumes from the paper mill.
And the sound of trains arriving and departing fill the air day and night.
In 1929, the Board of Trustees voted to move the campus to a 600-acre patch of farmland called Mayflower Hill Park.
Grab your coat and get your heart. Leave your worries by that doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. And hear the Peter Pan and that happy tune that's yours.
With the help of generous alumni, the new campus gradually but steadily came into view. Another war brought sacrifice and hardship. Another peace brought a new level of growth and prosperity. Life on Mayflower Hill was defined by an active, industrious, and inventive student body. Life on Mayflower Hill was defined by dedicated trustees, generous alumni, and visionary leaders. Life on Mayflower Hill was defined by the quality of the classrooms, studios, science laboratories, and performance laboratories. Life on Mayflower Hill was defined by the special quality of faculty-student engagement.
And the hosts of recollections that about her name now cling.
Above all else, life on Mayflower Hill was and will always be defined by the blossoming of free minds.
Loyalty to our college does not mean that we are blind to its imperfections.
Loyalty does mean that we must steadily love Colby and work as much as is in us.
For her progress and improvement. Ninetta Runnels, Colby Dean of Women.
A real sign of a liberally educated mind is its freedom.
Colby President Julius Seeley Bixler.
Reflects into the heart of things.
Asking.
What do I stand for?
Asking.
Why do I believe what I believe?
Asking.
How can I change my mind with integrity?
Asking.
Where is truth?
Asking.
Whose truth?
Asking.
What next? Exploring, grasping, transforming, transcending, arriving, and starting over.
We
Shall not cease from exploration.
up taller, standing to become free.
A free mind.
Respects rigor, seeks truth.
A free mind.
Embraces challenge.
Can learn, unlearn, and relearn.
A free mind.
Takes responsibility.
A free mind. Is a citizen of the world, useful to society, and happy with oneself.
We shall not cease from exploration.
Observing, grasping, transforming, transcending, arriving, and starting over.